twice in a week. Hello, everybody.
Greetings, friends.
It's Jim.
And Dave's
Beer
Beer
Review.
Review.
Yes.
And Dave, you please tell us what is on tap for today's Beer Review.
Looks like a treat.
A treat.
It's from Evil Twin Brewing. It's called Bozo Beer.
Bozo. I'm no Bozo.
You are Bozo.
But I
that's
am a fan of Jeff Bezos, which is because he's rich and he was smart and stuff.
It said this is called Bozo Beer, and it says this is a really strong beer, and we wanted to put it in small bottles, but the two Bozos were so fat they couldn't fit on the label.
Oh.
Okay. Enjoy this rich, ridiculously and screwballish Imperial Stout with hints of molasses, lactose, chocolate, almond, hazelnut, vanilla bean, cinnamon, oak spiral, chili, marshmallow, sugar, chestnut, coffee, and muscovado. Made for Bozos. It's an Imperial Stout. It was screwed in Westbrook Brewing Company. Screwed. It was screwed. See, it's screwed.
Screwed?
And the ABV is 7.2.
Okay.
17.2. I mean, 17.
Well, it's like they couldn't fit the two Bozos on there. I guess this is the owner's, and it's done in some kind of weird
17.
triangular mosaic kind of a thing.
Put this into perspective, people. The average beer, like, say, Miller or Bush or whatever, are like 4.2%. This is 17.2%. That's like 3.5 to 4 beers in this one beer.
If not more.
With less calories too, because if you drank 4 of those and drank one of these, this is less calories. Even this is probably like 500 calories.
So what's all the stuff that's in it again? Say it slower this time so I can absorb it all.
Molasses.
Okay.
Lactose.
Okay. Milk.
Chocolate.
All right.
Almond.
Almond. How do you put almond in
Hazelnut.
beer? Hazelnut. Okay.
Vanilla bean.
Oh, all right.
Cinnamon.
Really?
Oak spiral.
Oh, oak wood. Okay.
Chili.
That's weird.
Marshmallow.
That's almost crazy.
Muscovado.
Show me that word.
Muscovado. 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 That's it. Muscovado.
Muscovado.
Okay. Sugar, chestnut, and coffee.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's
a whole lot.
All those different things are usually 1 or 2 in a given Imperial Stout. And it's like they used everything on this. I would love to find a clone recipe for this. Just based on the 17.2. It's tough to get something over like 12.
I haven't had anything over like 12.
So
12.
I'm afraid this is our first beer review of the night. Everything may be downhill.
Usually Jim goes, let's save this one for the last one tonight. And if you're having this kind of thing for the first one tonight, I don't know how we're going to be at the last beer tonight.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't. You want to put it aside?
No, I'll put it aside. You nutso. You got more high BVers than this, right?
Not for tonight, no.
No, you're going to give me a 4.2 now after this. I'll be like,
Probably.
wah. No, it's too much for my senses. I can't take it.
It's not overly fragrant, though, for all the stuff
It's got a whole lot of stuff going on. Here we go, people.
Cheers. Well, there's certainly a sweetness. Okay, I can see where there would be chili in that. There's a little heat on the back end, but that could be
I should have done a shot of this instead.
alcohol.
Oh, my goodness.
There's a lot going on there. There's definitely some sweetness.
It's lighting up my mouth feel.
Well, I think the problem with having all those different ingredients in there, it's very hard to isolate them. Like,
I have a hint of vanilla bean.
yeah, exactly.
And just a tad bit of chestnut in there, just in the corner, the left side.
I mean, you could say the sweetness is
I don't
from
taste
any...
any cinnamon.
No, not at all.
Actually, I do. Wait a minute. I taste cinnamon.
Or you...
It just came by three tastes ago. You know, I mean, it's like,
All right.
I have cinnamon now. I tasted cinnamon because I've had cinnamon in beer before with Weyerbacher. So I know what cinnamon is now. Because they over
Okay, if you're looking for it, you can find it.
Oh, it's there. But I can't, I mean, okay, so chili? No.
There's heat on the back end. Is
There's
that
very a lot of
alcohol?
heat. There's heat, 17.2.
Yeah, but how would you know the chili heat from the alcohol heat? It's both the heat
I
either
think it'd
way.
be the cinnamon, not the chili.
Well, maybe.
I don't know anything about what's the difference between almond and hazelnut. They're two different nuts. But if I had a hazelnut right now and I had an almond, I don't think I'd be able to tell the difference.
Well, considering I've only had a hazelnut like in the center of like one of those little toffee thin
Lactose,
candies.
isn't that like something with milk?
Yeah,
Lactose
it's
free?
it's like a milk sugar.
Okay, so I think I usually see it's lactose free.
Well, that's
this
what
has lactose.
that's
in
what
it.
you'd put in a milk stout.
Man, this has got a lot going on.
It does. Well, the thing with this is they all blend together pretty harmoniously.
Oh yeah.
What's very interesting is that while I don't think any one of the ingredients they mentioned necessarily stands out per se,
Why didn't they do this? To have,
if you say, oh, if you taste and you're like, do I taste vanilla? Oh, yeah.
Sugar.
Yeah, I taste nuts.
Doesn't beer have sugar in it already?
Well, you get you get simple sugars out of the malt.
When you make your beer, do you put sugar in it?
I have.
Okay, well that's what I mean. I thought that's like people put sugar in their beers. The more sugar you put in,
usually that's just to
the
kick
more
up the
alcohol.
ABV
Yeah, I know.
because
So
although corn sugar or dextrose as it's called is usually preferred because apparently it breaks down and is more easily fermentable than say cane sugar. But some recipes, especially Belgians, do call for cane sugar.
chestnut, hazelnut, almond. Don't know why. Don't know what oak spiral is.
Well, basically,
What's oak
instead
spiral?
of putting it into a oak barrel, they get like a
Marshmallow.
curved piece of oak wood.
Marshmallow?
And no,
I'm saying marshmallow?
well, let's finish on the oak first.
Sorry.
They-
You're telling me they put this on a spiral thing so it goes down?
A spiral piece of wood into it, yeah, so it gets the oak notes that way.
I don't.
It's kind of a cheap way. If you don't have a barrel, you use like regular wood and you put in the wood.
That's weird.
And it's easier to take out because if it's a spiral, it's got a lot of surface area,
I think
it's
we got-
bigger, and you can just take it all out as one piece as opposed
We
to
could
say
have
a
a
lot
better
of little
name for
pieces.
this.
Huh?
You could have a better name for this. Liquid double fudge.
Well, I guess this is probably the owner's baby, and they consider themselves to be bozos. I don't know, or maybe that's the head brewers. Who know? I have no idea whose picture's on the can there.
Imperial Simcoe Slacker, Brett Yeast and Hells.
That's a good one though.
I give this just on a pure alcohol without even giving it a taste thing. I give it at least a 7. But for the taste, well, I give it a 9.
Wow.
It's really everything in it. Because there's like 10 things in there.
Well, putting more things in it doesn't automatically.
But I mean, they
equate.
put 10 things in it and they mashed it well together, so it doesn't like overpower you on one thing and overpower you on another. It seems to
Well, that's
mash
certainly a
pretty
good
well
point. Yeah, I remember we once had a cinnamon version of what was that, Blithering Idiot? It was like, oh, this is aged in barrels. It's like, you put so much cinnamon in. Why did you bother? It was called Cinsanity.
Cinsanity. Yeah, it's like instead of insanity, it's Cinsanity.
Right. Which, I thought that was a waste of bourbon barrels, whatever the kind of barrel they put it in, because just the cinnamon was so.
It's like here's a barrel, here's cinnamon, dump it in.
Yeah, they could have had half as much cinnamon. It probably would have.
Sorry,
been
guys, from Westbrook, you're one of my.
Yeah,
maybe
that's not
my
to say
favorite.
if you offer me a Cincinnati, I wouldn't take it.
Oh yeah, I bought another 4-pack a couple weeks ago.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Just.
But I remember when it first came out, it was a certain price, and all of a sudden
It was like
$18.
$18 for a friggin' 4-pack, and then it went down to like $11.
Yeah, it dropped really quick.
Yeah.
You're like, uh-oh.
I give it 9. With a 9. Just remember me now, guys, because later on I'll be very goofy.
I'm going to give it an 8. There is a component to the aftertaste I'm not crazy about. It's almost
Is
like
it the heat?
No, although the heat is interesting. No, it's more like a licorice kind of a thing.
I don't taste any licorice in it. They don't say they have licorice in this thing.
Yeah, there's some Imperial Stouts, and it's usually a Russian Imperial Stout that has a quality that I'm not crazy about, or anise seed, which it doesn't have in it. It says, but it's just.
Do you not like the lactose?
Well, no. Usually, I like a good milk
Do you
stout.
not like the marshmallow?
That's the sweetness.
What's this
up front.
Machado?
Well, maybe that's the part.
Muscovado.
Muskovado.
Muscovado.
Muscovado.
Muscovado. What is that?
Oh, that's Russian for Muscovado.
Muscovado. Okay, well, you know what we're going to have to do here.
Maybe I don't like Muscovado. Maybe I'm not saying it.
Muscovado.
Although there is certainly a heat on the back end.
According to Wikipedia, muscovado, also Kanzari in Kant, is a type of partially
So they have molasses and a Alaska like. Maybe it's the molasses I don't like.
And molasses and molasses. They have two molasses.
Yeah, maybe that's too much molasses disease.
Molasses season, molassatai.
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 Feliz
Now we're getting
Navidad.
goofy because we're drinking really high alcoholic beers.
And this is also the last episode for the night, apparently now. Yeah.
Well, I haven't had any beers in like 8 hours, okay?
Yeah, well, you know, the funny thing, this being 17%, this is almost, for me, because I'm kind of a lightweight, this would probably be like one and done.
Watch, I'm leaving here by like 9:15 tonight, okay?
Yeah. I think we're going to brew some coffee after this beer review.
I'll be fine. I just won't remember.
I'm fine.
I won't remember.
Bush
anything about
Julie,
me.
Julie Bush.
Bush.
Of course, I'm referencing the classic, what was it called? Rodney Dangerfield's movie called Easy Money.
Very good. I have it on DVD.
Yeah, man,
I think I do have Muslims. What? No, I don't think they made it on Blu-ray.
I should.
They should make it in 4K.
Yeah, we got upgrade
Everything in
Rodney,
4K.
Because you got to look at a face like Rodney's.
You know, a lot of movies they don't make in 4K. You know,
What are you talking about?
a lot of movies they don't make in 4K. Like, you know, if you think about it, like Terminator, they haven't made that in 4K yet.
They shot it on film.
I know, but they haven't switched it over, digitized it, and all that stuff to make it 4K.
Perhaps.
I'm just saying, some things like Braveheart, Gladiator, they're not 4K. They're Blu-ray, they're not 4K.
Yeah, so they got to go back and do another.
And what do they really want to take this time and money to do that? No.
Well, they may not have any choice in the long run.
Nowadays, I mean, you can watch anything
Well,
backwards.
you don't know.
compatible.
Maybe the time when they put it on Blu-ray, they could have scanned it at a higher res and just knocked it down for.
Because they knew 4K was coming.
Well, you know, generally speaking, film depends who you talk to, has a pretty high resolution. Then you start getting things like grain in there, and people are like, "Well, we want some grain, but should we kill the grain?" It's a whole thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to the thing to the other thing. You know, and I have a 4K TV and I watch 4K content, and I'm like, I don't notice a difference. My eyesight's not that good.
Well, that's why I wouldn't notice a difference.
That's it.
Maybe you should watch TV with the glasses on. All right, anyway, we're at 12:29 here, so let's wrap
Blah
it up.
blah 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 blah.
So
blah.
anyway, bottom line, Dave gave this a 9 out of 10. So Dave likes this a lot.
I like it a lot. I want to
You
go
should
more.
go to King of Prussia Beer Outlet and buy it. That's where I bought it.
Not. I just bought a case of beer. I'm not buying more beer for another month.
A month.
Okay, 2 weeks.
Buy a case of this. How much do you think that cost?
At least $150, I would think. Yeah, about $150. I've never spent more than $100 on a case, and I split that. So I never spent any more than $50 on a case or half a case.
Okay.
Something.
So 9 out of 10 from Dave, 8 out of 10 from me. It's very good, highly recommended. That's basically 2 thumbs up. And
That's 2.5 thumbs.
okay. Hey, listen, women are pregnant shouldn't drink alcoholic beverages due to the risk of birth defects. You should not drink and drive and operate heavy machinery if you are under the influence of alcohol. And of course, excessive drinking can cause health problems, as evidenced by me.
Me too.
And the reason we try these different beers is we believe that you should drink great beers.
Have a good laugh or two with your friends.
Be our friends.
Be our
Subscribe to our
friends.
channel. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down on this review. If you have other thoughts you don't think we covered, please comment below.
Always comment.
And share on social
Love to
media.
hear you.
And all that good stuff like that now.
All that stuff, good stuff like that there, Mom. Anyway.
17.2% infecting Dave very early this evening.
I like it.
Thanks, everybody. Catch you next time.
Bye, people. Boop. Bye, people. See you on the flip side.